What's good, sports gamers? If you bought or received 2K18 for Christmas or finally opened it after getting through your 10 other games, this is the video for you. Now I'm going to go over the top 10 tips for 2K18 beginners that will set you right. Alright, let's do it.
Sports Gamers Online is the #1 source for the sports gamer.
The beauty of the sport to me is every player is unique and every team has defined strengths and weaknesses. Good teams try to take away your strengths, so you're forced to play left-handed in a way. But don't get prideful and say, okay, you're going to sag off, I'm going to hit this Marcus Smart 3 because there's a good chance you'll brick. You want to play within the players you have on your team's abilities. So that means not shooting pull-up threes with guys who you know can't shoot, driving players you know won't make it, or trying to beat dudes off the dribble with Draymond Green, like he really has handles like that. You want to, as the old cliche goes, put your players in the best position to succeed. So Clint Capella post-up might not end too well, while doing it with Boogie Cousins might get you an and-1. Don't fall for the traps. Do what the players do best, or at least what his rating says he does best. Every team has strength no matter how small, so try to play to what it is as much as you can. Next is limiting second chance points. We all have had that possession where everything is going great. They can't cross you over, everybody is covered, so they force up a low percentage shot. But then one of his players gets the offensive rebound and put back for 2. It's even worse when this happens during a key possession late in the game. That can make you want to throw your controller at the TV. You want to get in the habit of finishing possessions. Just because they missed a shot doesn't mean the play is over. So don't be so quick to thinking, okay, it's fast break time, it's half your team spurs down the other way. Once you secure the ball is when the possession is officially over. So do as you can to make sure that happens. If you have poor rebounders on your team, put extra bodies down low by setting your rebounder to neutral or crash the glass, instead of playing fast break every time. Or simply have an Andre Drummond type down low direct shot. Those offensive rebounds are a lot of the time the difference in close games. Next is forcing bad shots. The name of the game is putting the ball in the basket. And on defense, you want to make that objective twice as hard on your opponent. That means every shot they take, you want to be in their grill as much as you can. That means staying within striking distance of the ball handler, contesting every shot, making them pass up seemingly easy shots because of great help defense, or letting them get stoned in the paint because of that same guy. It's especially important around the three-point line, where you want to contest everything. The worst thing you can do is consistently give up wide open threes, so if your opponent has a great three-point shooter, do yourself a favor and go into the defensive settings, and for on and off ball pressure, play tight or smother and tight or deny ball. Next up is limit bad passes. In the game of 2K, we tend to rush things at times, when rushing things would have been less than optimal given the situation, leading us to throwing half-court passes by accident, throwing the wrong kind of pass to get the ball by a defender, or simply just passing directly to a guy right in the passing lane. First step in preventing such careless turnovers is realizing where they come from. The most preventable is the turnovers after you get the rebound. Once you get a rebound, you try to get up the court so fast you throw a Hail Mary that goes out of bounds. Or get the ball stolen because you completely ignore the defender right in your face who just lost the rebound battle to you. Well, I'm sure your opponent is hitting the steal button when to try and deflect a pass. So instead, take a second once you secure the board, survey the field, and then if clear, you can take off running like you want. Remember, you have 24 seconds to get a shot off, no need to rush. Another turnover that's easily preventable is blindly passing to a player without any regard to where the defender is. This is easily fixable also just by looking where you're passing. I figure guys will stare at that player without regard to who's around them before passing, which causes a lot of these type of turnovers. And lastly is using the wrong type of pass. Sometimes a bounce pass is your best bet, or the only way you complete this pass is to throw an alley-oop, but instead you do a regular one and it's a deflection. Refer to our 2K18 passing tutorial for more on that last one. Next is learn to look for the open man. Before you decide to shoot anywhere on the court, always make sure there isn't an open man anywhere, because shooting and then going, oh, he's open, forces you to pass it in midair. Then the pass might be bad, or you might catch it weird and now he's no longer open. Had you seen him open before committing to your shot yourself? it would have been a much cleaner pass. Consistently shooting with 2 or 3 guys in your face is the easiest way to lose a game. Next up is limiting your bad shots. Consistently taking bad shots each time up the court is a quick way to get down in a hurry as well. By bad shots, I mean guys in your face on the 3-point line and you still pull up. You'll hit every once in a while if you're a Steph or James Harden, but it isn't something you want to rely on to win games. Or my favorite, drive into the paint and try to dunk on 3 defenders to get a highlight reel play or a foul. This is another tip that's aided by just slowing things down and assessing the situation. Don't pass up good shots to ultimately drive and try to dunk on 2 well-positioned defenders, or panic and pull up for a jumper if your 100 crossover combo didn't work. Each time up, you want to say, okay, that was the best possible shot I could have come away with. Next is proper Pro-Am etiquette. When creating your mob play, you want to hit the Pro-Am and play on a team with real players and such. Don't be that guy that shoots 35 times where your teammates have 5 total. Nobody likes playing with that guy, even if you make a good portion of those shots. Share the rock, ball out, and have fun. Next is knowing how to beat your man off the dribble. You must know all the moves you have in your arsenal to beat defenders off the dribble, especially versus the computer, because if your opponent sees you struggle versus the computer defense even one time, they're never going to use to defend you again, so it's important you get this right. So check out our dribbling tutorial for more in-depth breakdown on this. Next is knowing how to utilize the pick and roll. There's a reason the pick and roll is the most common play in the NBA. It's simple, and if executed properly, the defense will always be a step behind. It's the easiest way to cause breakdown in the defense and for you to find an open guy. So if you don't know anything else, just running constant pick and rolls by design will put you in a position to succeed. If you use a team that has a bunch of shooters like Houston, you definitely want to utilize the pick and roll as much as you can. Constantly putting pressure on the defense with minimal effort can be the basis of your offense. You just have to see who the defense leaves open. You can check out our pick and roll tutorial on the channel for a more in-depth tutorial on how to run it successfully as well. And lastly, and the most important, is mastering your player's shot releases. This is key. If your release points are all over the place, you're in trouble. You must punish your opponent if they give you an open shot. If you can't confidently hit an open jumper at least an above average rate with your 12th man on the bench, okay, maybe that's taking it too far. Okay, if your opponent isn't scared anytime you're wide open, you're doing it wrong. If they're confident you're gonna brick and then you do it consistently, that game probably isn't gonna go in your favor. So what I would recommend is if you use one team a lot or your Pro-Am character, get in the practice mode and shoot at least 50 shots with each guy, or until you start seeing their release before they even do it. You want to get to the point where even shoot with, let's say, Marcus Smart, because you practice the shot so much, you'll be able to hit it at a better rate, however low that is, than the other people who shoot with Marcus Smart. Not everybody's shot release is the same. Some have hitches, some go straight up, which can really mess your timing up if you're not prepared for it. So if you know each and every guy's shot and have practiced it enough where you don't embarrass yourself on wide open jumpers, you'll be in every game you play. I hope with these 10 tips, I have set you on the path for you to enjoy this great game known as NBA 2K18. By limiting your turnovers, maximizing your chances on offense, limiting second chance points, and not being that guy in Pro-Am, you should be able to get the most out of your 2K experience. Sorry, sports gamers, do you agree with the list? And if not, what is something you would tell newcomers to 2K18? Leave it in the comments down below. And stay tuned here at Sports Gamers Online for more 2K18 content. So subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss anything we put out. And check out our 2K18 tutorials we've done so far. Links in the description. I'm Chris. Thank y'all for watching and be good, y'all. First move I'm going to go over is how to enter and leave the post. To enter into a back and down position, you hold the L2 on your PS4 controller or LT on your Xbox. It's important to remember all the post moves you want to pull off don't get done without you holding this button first. And to leave the post up position, you let go of the LT or L2 button, removing yourself from the back down position to transition into a face up game. Now facing up, you really only want to do it when the ball handler hasn't dribbled the ball yet, as it obviously allows you to protect the ball better. The first pass I'm going to go over is the normal pass. And to do the most basic pass in the game of basketball, you simply aim the left stick towards the player you want to give the ball to, and then hit A on your Xbox controller or X if you're on the PS4. Next is the bounce pass. To pull off a bounce pass, you aim the left stick towards the player you want to give the ball to, then hit circle on your PS4.